Hello guys, at the end of this course we will be able to make a sample website like this. So these are all clickable links that will redirect us to another website. We will be also be having a about page, a services page and a contact page. So in this course we will be covering all the basics of HTML, HTML5 and some basics of CSS2. Now let's get started. So guys, we will be starting with the HTML part first. We will be doing the theory part first and then we will be doing the whole practical part. So now what is HTML? HTML is a markup language for creating web documents and pages. Most of people do not know that HTML is not a programming language, whereas it is only a markup language which is used for designing, processing and presenting our text. And this is not a programming language like our C or C++. Now what are HTML tags? These are some basic elements of the HTML web page which sums up to make a whole full HTML page. These are surrounded by angle brackets. Like this is a P tag which resembles that we are going to include a paragraph in it. This is the basic structure of our HTML, and the doc type here refers to that we are using the latest version, that is the HTML5 version, and not using any of the previous version. The head tag provides us information about the document, and the title tag is included in the head tag, which basically represents the title of our web page in the tab of our browser, and the body tag includes all other things that we want to include in our web page. Now there are two types of tag, one tags that which require closing and the other types of tag which are self-close and does not require any closing of the tags. So these are some of the common tags which we use in our web page. The paragraph tag resembles a paragraph, the headings tags resembles the headings, and with the increasing number of edges in the heading, the size decreases of the heading. The link tag is used to link another web page to our existing web page. The image tag is used to include an image to a web page. The unordered list displays the list with bullets, and the ordered list displays our list with increasing number of digits. The list items are the items which will be included in our list. The table tag can be used to represent a table, or we can use it to get our data from a database. The form tags, you all know that we use the registration forms or the sign up or login pages. The input tag is used when we want to take an input from our user. The button tag we can use like we want to have a submit button. The line break tag is used to give a spacing of a line between our two different tags or any other things which will be in our web page. The horizontal rule tag, the HR tag, will be representing a horizontal line in our web page. The division tag will be simply a block, or we can say a container, that will include a specific type of information. The HTML head and body tag is already discussed, and the strong tag, it will basically bold our text. Now we have block level elements. These are the elements which always starts on a new line and takes up the full available width of our web page. Like example, when we include a h1 tag and then we also include h2 tag, the h2 tag will automatically be placed on a new line. That is, we do not have to include a br tag, but in inline level elements we also have to include a br tag if we want to shift our next tag in the new line. If we do not include the br tag, the tags will be set accordingly to the side-by-side way without any spaces or any margins. Now let's get started with the CSS part. What is CSS? Basically, CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets. CSS is a style sheet language that describes the style of an HTML document and how HTML elements should be displayed. The CSS can be placed in a style tag, which is also placed in a head tag. We can also store external style sheets as with a .css extension, like we used to store HTML web pages with the .html extension. And the style sheets can also be placed in line with the tag, but which is not recommended because it is not a good way of practicing it. And now this is the basic syntax of our CSS. This is the selector, and this is the declaration of our CSS properties. So this basically describes for which property what value will be used, and this we will be covering soon in our practical part. Now this is a way how we do comments in CSS. The double slash comment does not validate here, so we have to use a multi-line comment and a single line comment like this. we start with the slash star and end with the star slash. Now we have CSS colors. We can use three types of colors, like we can include the color name, the RGB value, or the hexadecimal value. And now these are some of the common properties which we will be using in our CSS practical. And now that's enough with the theory part. Now let's directly jump into our practical part. So now guys, we will be writing our first HTML code. So we can give the title known as first page, and we will be saving it. And as you see, the .html extension here automatically comes because it is Sublime Text and we have set the language to HTML. But if you're using Notepad, so you should save it with the .html extension. So we'll be writing here as simple. Okay, now if we open it, we've saved it as sample. So if you open it, and you can see the title here is first page. We shifted there and there. Now in the body tag, if we want to write a paragraph, we can just like this is our paragraph, and then close the tag, save it, go here and refresh it. As you see, the first paragraph is here. Now guys, we will be seeing the other tags which we studied earlier, like heading tags. Like I said, with the increasing number of H's in the headings, the size of the heading will decrease. So save it. You can cancel that and refresh it. So you see the H1 heading has a larger size and the H2 heading has a smaller size. Similarly, if we do it for the other headings, and H4 and H5. Oh, I forgot the angular brackets. H5 here. Fifth heading. Close it. Start with the H6. Sixth heading. And close it. And save it and then refresh it. And as you guys see, with the increasing number of H's in the heading, the size of the heading decreases. Now guys, we can also give our tags IDs like this. So let me do this. We can give here ID, or we can give here a class name like this. We can write anything here. First para. So this helps us later on in styling part. First para, close it. Then this is another paragraph. Close it, save, and then we have right here. And if you want to use the HR tag, we can use it right here. Write HR here, save it, refresh it, and it will just display a horizontal line between the sixth heading and the paragraph tag. Now if we want to use the unordered list, we can do it like this. We can write UL here, which represents unordered list, and then we write here LI, the list item. So we will write here first item and then close it, then write here second item and then close it again, and then we will be closing our UL tag. Okay, now save it and refresh it, then you will see we have our unordered list. Now let me make it look good. We can write here HU unordered list. So now closing H2 tag, saving it and refreshing it. Now we have this unordered list. Now again we will be writing here our HR to get a horizontal line. Now we will be doing our ordered list. To use ordered list, we have the OL tag which represents order list, and then we have to write here LI, which basically means the list item. So we can write here first item, close it, then we can write here again LI, second item, and then close it again, and then we have to close the OL tag, save it, go here and refresh it, and then we have our ordered list with the increasing number of digits, that is 1 and 2. Now guys, let me adjust something and then we will be talking about our further tags. We will be writing here h2 order lists. Okay, save it and refresh it. We have written it there. Then again the HR tag, uh, and then refresh it. We have our horizontal line, and then now we will be talking about the link tag. So here it is, a, then href, then here we have to write our link. I will be writing here my channel link, www.youtube.com/c/the newly emerging. Okay, and then we close it right here. And before it, if you want to open the link in another tab, you can write here target equals to underscore blank, and it will open the link in a new web page. Then we write here the link name, we write here YouTube channel, then we just close the a tag, then refresh it, then go here and refresh this page, and then we have our this text which has a link in it, and if you click, it will redirect to my channel page and in a new tab. So now I have already included an image in my folder where this sample.html is stored. Now I will be including that image in my web page by using the image tag. img src here represents the source from where the image will be acquired, and if the image is not in the folder where this file has been stored, then you have to write the full path to get the image. I will be writing here samplepic.png. Then if you want to display an error message if the image is not displayed, then you can do it right here, alt pic not displayed. Then we will be specifying its height and width 320 and let width be 240, and then we will be closing it, saving it, refresh it, and there is image. Now you have see the image has credited with the link tag. So to separate it, we can just give a line break here, save it, and then refresh it, and then there we have our image. Now guys, we will be creating a new web page. For our remaining HTML tags, we will be using their divisions and forms and inputs. So now let's create by pressing Ctrl+N, press Ctrl+Shift+P and press enter to set the syntax to HTML. And now type HTML here and press tab. So where we have the syntax, and title could be here like forms and input, input, and then we will be writing here form tag, and in there we can use label tag, label, right here name, and then we can have our input from the user, type equals to text, name equals to name, and then we can just close it. Let's see, or save it like here as forms, save it. Now we have to open it, opening forms. Now you can see we have the name as a label and we have an input field. Now we are here, we will be adding other labels too here, label password, and then we can write here input type and input type will be here our password, and we'll be writing here name as equals to password. Save it, refresh it, and there we have. Now as we wrote the type here as password, so here we will not sorry, now here we will not see the text here, and there will only be stars. So we are putting here a line break. After the line break it will be looking like this. Now it doesn't look good, so let me write here another br, save it. Now we have it right there. So if you want to give here some space between name and the input field, you can write here and nbsp, save it, and there you have a 1 unit space. You can write here again and nbsp, and then again nbsp, save it, refresh it, and then we have spaces. Now we can write here label, email, close the label tag, input type equals to email, and then we can write the name here as email, save it, refresh it here, and you can copy the BRs from here, ident it, paste it, save it, and then refresh it. Now we can copy these spaces from here, paste them here, saving it, and then refreshing, and we can give one more space like here, and we can also give a space and nbsp, saving it and refreshing it. Now we have little bit same spaces. Now we will be including more labels in our web page. We can have a drop down list by select tag, writing here select, then writing here option. We can here as option equals to, our first option will be select India, okay, or we can write here as location, or label location, closing the label tag, then we have India, then we can have another option and writing here USA, saving it, refreshing it now, and then we have our location with a drop down list of India and USA. So we can have a line break here, br, saving it, refreshing it, then we can have another line break right here, so it does look good, and we can have here and nbsp and nbsp. We can do it like this. Now let's store it in a container by a div tag. We will be giving this id equals to container. You can write anything here. I will be writing container, then I will be closing the div tag here, a form tag. First of all it will be closed, then the div division tag will be closed, saving it, writing here C is no effect. But now we will be doing a little bit of CSS here, opening the style tag, and we will be, as we have used here id equals to container, so we'll be using this sign, and we will be writing here container, opening curling braces, and then write here color equals to, let's say, blue, save it, refresh it, so we have this blue. Now we will be giving our division background color. We can do it by background color. Let's say we will be using a hexadecimal value here. We will be also be giving a height and width to our division. Height equals to, let's say, 400 pixels, and width equals to 300 pixels. Save it and then refresh it. Okay, now we can change the color here to white. Save it, refresh it, and then we can decrease the height to 300 pixels, and there we have it. Yes. Now we will be adding to our form the radio buttons and the checkboxes. We can do it by first of all I will be giving line breaks here, then we will be adding a label here, gender, then we have input type will be our radio, and name equals to radio, and then we'll be having our value equals to male, and then we will be writing here another input type equals to radio, name equals to, you can write here gender and not radio, gender, and the value we will be giving here is female. Then we save it, refresh it here, there we have, oh, we have to write here male, and here we have to write female. Save it, we have our radio buttons, and you can see if we want to make it as a default, so we can write here checked and save it and refresh it, so you will see the default checked is on male. Now we'll be adding our checkboxes. We can write here as label, we will be writing here interrupt, yeah, like this, and then we'll be taking our input label as type equals to checkbox, and name here will be our same as our label name, and then we will be giving here value equals to, you can write here anything like movies and etc. We'll be writing here movies. Then we will be again be writing an input tag like type equals to, checkbox, then name here same as the label name, and then value here will be our, like we can write here playing games, then we'll be closing it and writing here playing games. We can do little here like adding BRs, line breaks, saving it and refreshing it, and there we have the checkboxes there. Okay, so now we can add a submit button, which is very simple. We'll be writing here BR, line breaks. We can do it by having an input type equals to submit and the name equals to submit, and we can also have a value here and value equals to submit. Save it and then refresh it, there we have a submit button. Now we will style it so that it looks very appealing. Now we can have a heading here like H2, please fill out these details, closing H2, saving it and then refreshing it. We can increase our divisions height, let's say we will be doing it as 500, so 500 pixels and width will be 400 pixels. Saving it like this. Now let's just increase it a little more, 800, and doing it as a 600. Now we can just put this in a field set. We'll be closing it, Control X there, and let's see, we can close it here after the password label, and we can write here legend account. So saving it and then refreshing it, so we have like this. And we can have another field set here, uh, cutting it from here and then pasting it after the submit, or yes, after the interests label. Okay, so we can write here legend other account. Okay, or we can say it just like other information. Saving it and then refreshing it, like we have this. Now guys, we'll be practicing the basics of CSS. So we will be creating a new file for that. Press Ctrl Shift P and spread syntax HTML. Write HTML and press tab, and there we have the syntax. We will be saving it as sample CSS. We'll be writing the title as CSS. So in the body, we can just write here first heading H1 and write here welcome to our CSS page. We can close it here. Now let's first open it, sample CSS. So this is our heading, and we will be also be styling it side by side. So we'll be writing our style tag in our head tag like this style. So now we'll be, as it is a default element H1, so it will be styled like this H1. We'll be writing here color equals to, red. Save it, refresh it, and there we have the color equals to red. Now we will be adding some paragraphs in our body and then align them by the CSS. So we can write here as P. This is our first paragraph which is not aligned. Okay, and then we close the p tag, then we open the p tag again, and then we write this is our para which is aligned center, and then we also give this paragraph id equals to center id. Then we can just go here by in the style and write here the center. Then we can do it like this. So we can, as it is a paragraph, so we will be adding p here, and then we will be writing here align, and then we'll be writing here text align, and then we'll be writing here center. Then we will be saving it and then refreshing it, and then we see the first paragraph is not aligned and the second paragraph is aligned. Now we will be adding divisions here, so we can do it this by division id equals to box 1, and then we can close it, and then we can write here as paragraph text like this is our box 1, and then we close it, then we close this div. Then we will get another division with id equals to box 2, and then we'll close it, and then right here this is our box 2, and then we'll be closing the p tag, and then we'll be closing the div tag like this. Now by saving it and then refreshing the web pages, we have like this. So now we'll be giving styles to the boxes, we can give them by, as this is the ID. Now I will show you if you want to do it by class. We can do it by replacing the ID by class, and then we will style the class by dot box2, and then it will also be same as we do with the ID. Like this we will be doing it with the ID. So the method is same, you can choose it yourself. We will be giving it the background color equals to blue. Now we'll be saving it and let's check what happens. So this is our, and we have this blue background. Now we will be giving the width and height to our division. We'll be giving the width equals to, let's say, 140 pixels, and height equals to, let's say, 30 pixels, and save it and then refresh this page. And then let's increase some height. We can increase height to, let's say, 100 pixels, and then refresh it again. Now we have like this. So now we can have padding which equals to, let's say, 20 pixels from all sides. Save it and refresh it again. So we have, now we will be adding a border to our division. We can write here border, and we can just write here all the terms. We want the border to have 2 pixel width. Color equals to, let's say, we want red, and then we want it to be solid. Control save and then save, and then we have this. Now we can, if we want to stick it to the left side for always, we can write here as float equals to left. Then it will save it and it will always be sticking to the left. So now this is our box 2 which has come there. So we can first of all write here float right, save it, control S, control right, so that it goes there. And we can apply the same styling like this to here, and you can just, if you want, change its styling color to anything. Now we save it, and as you see, they have become joined. So due to this, we will be clearing these both divisions. We'll be erasing this line and we will be saving it, and then if we refresh it, the box will be gone there. Now we'll be adding another division through which we can add another text division. Let's give this ID equals to clear. Close this. Write anything here, like in paragraph we can write hello world. Close the division, close the p tag, and then close the division tag. Save it, refresh it. As you see, this will come here. So to solve this problem, we can do this as clear. So in the curly braces, we can write here as clear equals to both. Save it and refresh it, then here goes the hello world. So now guys, we will be creating a navigation bar or simply a menu bar. So we can use the nav tag here, and then we can use an unordered list here. Then the list items, let's say we have here list 1, close it, li, and list 2, li, and list 3. Then we have li and suppose list 4. Then we just save it, close the UL tag, and then close the navigation tag. Save it, and then we'll be refreshing it, and then see here is our ordered list. Let's give some spaces here. Let's give it a BR and again a BR. Save it and then refresh it. Now we have a little bit space, and now we'll be styling it to look so that it basically looks like a navigation bar. Let's say if we give this UL an ID equals to our F list. Now we will be styling it. We will be styling first our navigation bar, height equals to 40 pixels. Background, let's say I will be using the hexadecimal value of 551 and E7B. and now the color should be white. Save it, and then let's see what we have got. We have got like this. So now we will be doing NAV, an order list. Padding top will be, let's say, 13 pixels. Here will be 13 pixels, and padding left will be, or let's say, 10 pixels. Now we'll be editing the list items. So list style we want none, and float left, so it will just stick to the left side. And then we will be doing padding right, so the distance from the right will be, let's say, 20 pixels. Save it and then refresh it. So we have the menu bar here. You can add the links here. So when you will be clicking here, it will redirect to a new web page. Now guys, we will be creating our first template. In that we will be having 4 pages: the index.html page, contact.html page, services.html page, and about.html page. And we will be using an external style sheet in that. So here goes our template. First of all, we will be saving our 4 pages with names as index.html, and we will be creating a new, and we will be saving it as services.html. We will be creating another one, and we will be saving it as, we say, contact.html, and we another one with about.html, and we will be saving our style sheet with name as style.css, as it is a cascading style sheet. Now we will be working first of all with our index, which will be our home page. Now first of all, we will be pressing Ctrl plus Shift plus P and select the snippet to HTML. So we have our HTML syntax there. We'll be setting the title to a simple HTML template, and then we'll be writing in the body. So we'll be starting with making a division with div id equals to container, and then we'll be making another division in this with div id equals to header, which will be our header, and we'll be closing it. In this we'll be writing our h1, which was our, and we will be lining it to center, and we will be writing here sample HTML template, and we will be closing it, and we will be closing the h1 tag too. Now we will be writing another h3. In this we'll be telling our channel's tagline, which is the know the unknown, and then we'll be closing it, and then we'll be closing it too, like this. So we'll be closing our division tags and the here too. Now we'll be saving it, and now we'll be opening it so we can just see how our index page looks like. So it is like this. We have not applied CSS, so it's basically look like this. So once we apply CSS, it will look better. And now we will be adding a navigation bar to our web page. We will first be giving a line break here, then we will be adding a navigation bar. Let's say we put in a division with id equals to nav, and then close it. Then we can write here as ul li, and here we will be writing our links, which will redirect us to another web page. We will be writing a, and let's say as we are already on the index page, so we will be give here class equals to active. This will just basically later on help us in CSS, and it will show another color on the web page which is active. So we'll be giving her link as hr equals to index.html, and then we'll be writing here home, then we'll be closing it. We'll be writing here another li. We have to close the li tag too, Now we'll be writing here li, we'll be writing here again a, and equals to href equals to about, and let's say we give it the name here as about, and then we will be closing the anchor tag and then the li tag. Now we'll be writing here another, and with here we will be writing our href equals to services.html, and we'll be writing here services, we'll be closing the a tag, we'll be closing the li tag. Now again we'll be writing the li tag here, a tag, href tag, and then here we'll be writing our contact.html, and here we'll be writing our contact us. So here we'll be writing sorry, and then here we'll be closing our li tag, we'll be closing the ul tag, and then we'll be closing our div tag. Like this we will saving it and then refreshing it, and there we have our unordered list. When we will be styling it, so it will basically look a little good, but now we are just including the material in our web page. Now I will be making a new division with id equals to main, which will include our old text. So in this I will be like this, welcome, and then closing it. Then we will be including a paragraph in it, you can write anything in it. I will be adding a predefined text which I have already created. I will be pasting here the text that I have already prepared, and Control V, and there is a text. I will show you what it is. Basically it is a simple text, and here it is the link which I have created to my channel link. So these are all basically the link tags I have used to my link to my various videos. And now we will be creating another division tag through which we will be doing our sidebar. Let's say division with id equals to sidebar, and then we will be closing this. Then in this we'll be writing another sample text. You can write just anything. So this in this way we'll be writing, this is another portion of the site. So basically you can put anything in here, like anything in here. You can write here, you can write here various article names, if you are writing a blog, or you can just simply put anything in here. I will be cutting it and closing the div tag. Control plus S saves it, and then here we have, so these are all clickable links which will redirect us to another website. So basically the I tag here represents the italicity of the text, so all the text will be in italic if we use the I tag, and if we use a strong tag it will just bold the text. So now we'll be just be writing, so we have see the sidebar is not on the side. This is basically because we have not created any CSS here. So when we will be creating the CSS here, it will automatically shift to the right hand side, and I will show you soon that. Now let me adjust it like this, and now we will be creating our footer tag. So we can just write here with div id equals to footer. So in this we will be basically be including our copyright symbol and div so we don't basically need it, so we'll be just writing here copyright, and to include the copyright symbol you can use this. It will just basically include the copyright symbol here. So we'll be writing a 2017, and then we'll be closing the p tag and then the div tag. And if we then save it and then refresh it, so here it is. Once we set the CSS, we will be lining it to center, we will be lining it to left, and we'll be setting the padding to right also. So now the basics is done, and let me add another thing like div with id equals to clear, like we did previous. So we have to clear the divisions, we'll be writing here and just div here. So we'll be saving it, and refreshing it. Now we'll be styling our index page. Now we have to write here in the title or in the head, we will be writing here link rel equals to style sheet, as we want to link our external style sheet to the index page. So we'll be writing a style sheet and we'll be giving the link to href like which we set the name style.css. Now the style sheet is linked. Now we'll be opening our this and we'll be writing here our CSS part. First of all, we will be editing our body like this. Let's say background equals to, I will be giving the color 666, and I can give the color which will be displayed the text, which will be white, and it will be FFF. Font family, you can set here any font family if you want. I will be setting the font family to Arial, and the line height, which is basically the distance of the lines between, and I will be saving it to 1.4 em and saving it. And then if we refresh it, we have like this. So now I will be, let's say first of all we edit our these things, so h1, and then we'll be giving it a color dark orange which has the hexadecimal value of ff4500, and save it. And then we will be saving it, and then let's say refresh it, so we have it orange. All the h1s here will become orange. Now we'll be giving here, let's say ul, uh, here we'll be giving a padding between them 0 pixels, and then we'll be writing here let's say we'll be giving color to this, so this has h3, so h3 will be the same color as our main heading, which will be ff45000, and saving it and then refreshing it, so it also has the same color. Now we will be making our menu bar. So first of all we will be writing here hashtag left, and we'll be writing here height equals to, let's say 40 pixels, and background only background equals to 6 6 and 6, and we'll be writing here as to represent the list items, so we'll be writing here li here, and their color will be basically be, let's say same as that of our headings, so that was ff45000, and then we don't want any list style, so we'll be styling the none here, and then we want to stick it to the left side, so we'll be writing a float left, and then we can also say padding from the right should be 20 pixels, and there we have. So save it and let's see what we got. So we have to include a background color to it. Now we will be editing our container, so we'll be writing here container, giving it a darker background than our navigation bar and the other stuff, so background equals to 333. Then we'll be saving it, and let's say we give a width of 300 pixel, or let's say 1080 pixel, it will look good. And then margin will be 30 pixels, it will decide automatically what the margin is. And then will be overflow hidden, so the text is lined, and padding will be writing here from all sides equals to 10 pixels, saving it, and then if we refresh it, so like this. So as the background is not darker through the whole side, we have a mistake in the division, so we'll be going to the next page and removing this division here, because the container should be filling the whole web page. We'll be removing it, and then we will be saving it and refreshing it, so here we have, and now these blue and purple lines doesn't look good, so we'll be editing them too. So the anchor tag will be editing now, the anchor tag like a color, let's give it to white, and the text decoration we want none, text decoration is none. Saving it, and then we will be refreshing it. Now it's like a little good. Now we will be writing here the another CSS part that we used here, like see we chose the active class here, so when that web page will be opened it will show us a different color. So now we'll be styling it with classes are styled with dot, so we'll be writing here dot active, and then we'll be styling it, and in here we will be writing, so it is a navigation bar, so we'll have to write first nav and then dot active. So we'll be writing here font weight equals to bold, and we'll be giving it a color same as our headings FF4500, and we will save it, control save, and then refresh it. So when this web page will be active, so it will show us a different color than the others. Now we'll be styling our sidebar and the footer, so we'll be writing here sidebar, and in this we'll be floating it to the right side. Width will, let's say its width be 30%, and then we'll be writing here background equals to, let's give it a color of a little lighter 666, and then margin from top would be, let's say 20 pixels, and then the padding will be from all sides will be 10 pixels. Saving it and then refreshing it. Let me zoom out a little, so we have like this. Now we will have to clear these, so this becomes right here, and we will be adjusting the main area too. So let's write here main, and we'll be styling it to float left, and we'll be giving it a width of 60%. Saving it, and now we'll be clearing it out also. So let's see what we gave the name to the clear class. We gave the id equals to clear, so we'll be writing here hashtag clear, and then in here we'll be writing clear both. Saving it and then refreshing it, so we have our sidebar. Now the copyright is embedded there, so we'll be adjusting the copyright. So it was with the id footer, so we'll be writing here text align center, and then we'll be writing here the padding equals to 10 pixels, and then we can give it a background of, let's say a little lighter, so we'll be writing here 666, and then we'll be setting the margin from top equals to, let's say 30 pixels. Saving it and then refreshing it, so we have to still now adjust our footer tag. Now we'll be seeing our index page and find out the error, and here it is. So the clear will come before the footer tag. Let's paste it here, save it, and then refresh it. There you go. Now we will be editing a little more, so let's say we write here h3 and align it to center, and write here sidebar, and then close the h3 tag, save it, and then refresh it. It looks a little better. So now we have to style our navigation bar, so we'll be writing here margin top equals to, let's say 10 pixel, and save it and then refresh it, so nothing happens. So we can write here margin top equals to 10 pixels and save it and then refresh it. So they are a little downwards. We can also write here as padding as left equals to left equals to here 10 pixels, and save it and then refresh it, and then they are a little aside. So now we'll be making another page. Now we'll be making our contact page, so we'll be writing like this. So it will be the same like this title, so we'll be writing here a simple HTML template, and just we can copy the things from this to this. So we'll be having the same these things like here, from we copy and there we paste down here, and we also will be having to link the style sheet, so we'll be linking the style sheet here too. So below the title we paste it. So now we'll be making some other things on the contact us page. Now we'll be creating another division with id equals to main, and then we will be closing this, and then in this we'll be adding a h1 with contact us. And I just remembered we have to change the class from here to here because we are on the contact us page. And now continuing on this, we'll be adding a form tag here, and we'll be adding another division here, and let's say we'll be giving it in label equals to name, and then we will be having an input for input, and type will be our simple text, and the name will be name, and the it so if we want to set the name field as it should be always be filled, so we can write here only required, so it will always prompt to fill this field before submitting this option. Now we'll be adding here, first closing this division, and we'll be adding here another division with label equals to, let's say, email, and we'll be writing here input, and type will be our email, and then name will be our same email, and this will also be required. And then we just close this div tag here, and then we'll be adding here another division. In this we'll be writing here the message they want to send us, so the label will be message, and the input type will be, so we can use here the text area, so it will be a larger one, so we can be using here text area, and in this name equals to, let's say, name, and okay, so here will be our text area, and we will also set it to required, and we'll be saving it, and then open it our contact us page where it is. So it is looking like this. We will be adjusting it by, let's say, br tags, so we'll be writing here brs between these. We will be adding br, so firstly we can write the break tag here. Let's give it another br tag here, and let's see what it gives us. So it one will be enough here, so saving it and then refreshing it, and one we will be adding the br tag here, saving it and refreshing it, and that's it will look a little good. Now we'll be styling it, and here we can write here like input and comma text area, and in this we can write here as width equals to 100%, and say padding will be 5 pixels, and we can also write here, let's say, margin from bottom equals to 15 pixels, and we'll be saving it and then refreshing it. So now we'll be adding here our sidebar and the footer tag from the index page. We'll be just be copying it, and let's say copying it and pasting it here, saving it and then refreshing it. So we have to adjust them a little bit. Now we can adjust it by first of all our closing our font form tag here, and then let's see, we have a division, open close open close open close, and the form, and then again a division will be closed here, saving it and then refreshing it. And now we'll be adjusting these things. So we can add a BR here and a BR here too, and a BR here too, saving it and then refreshing it. So we have like this. Now we'll be adding here a submit button, so we can just do it right here, type button. So we can write here type equals to submit, and then we write here send, and then we just close the button, save it, and we can just add a BR here, save it and then refresh it. So we have a send button here too. Now we will be making our about us page. So we'll be going to the about page and copying some stuff from the index page. Let's say we just copy all of these, and we will be make the adjustments later. Just copying all and pasting it to the about us page. Now we'll be deleting this text from here, from just here. In here I will be pasting some text that I have already written. So this is a text that I have already copied and now pasted. So we will be saving it, and we'll be opening our page of about, and let's see how it looks like. So it looks good. Now we'll be making our services page. Now we'll be going to our services page, and we'll be copying some stuffs from here. Let's see, first of all we'll be copying all. So we have our basic material ready. Now we'll be deleting our this main from here, like till here. So we'll be deleting it. In the h1 tag we can write here services, and we'll be closing it now. So in this we'll be writing here unordered list. Let's give it a class equals to services, then we'll be closing it, and the list items would be li, and then this will be writing h3 will be service 1, and we'll be closing this tag. And now I have a text prepared, so I will be pasting it. It is basically a simple text. B is used for bolding the text, and now I will be closing the p tag. Now we'll be closing the li tag here. We'll be making another li tag here. So in this a p tag I will be pasting the text, making some changes here, web designing, and then closing the p tag here, and then the li tag here, starting another li tag here. In this the p tag, pasting the text and making some adjustments here. C, C++, Java, and Python. And now we'll be ending the p tag here and the li tag here. We'll be saving it. So in this we'll be writing here, copying the service one from here. In this we'll be writing li h3, pasting it, and we'll be writing here service 2. We'll be going to here, and then we'll be writing here service 3. saving it, and now we'll be opening our services page and let's see how it looks. So it does not looks like, so I think we haven't saved that. Now I will be saving my code again, and I will be saving this Ctrl+S and then refreshing it. So here we have the services. Now we can adjust some things and make it little bit look good. So we'll be adding here after the li tag, after the p tag, we'll be writing here, let's say a href equals to, we'll be giving here ampersand sign. So it basically means that this page will not redirect and it will reload this page again. We will be writing here read more and then we'll be closing the a tag. We'll be copying it, Control C, and then we will be pasting it here, and we will be also be pasting it service 1, service 2, and before service 1. Saving it and then refreshing it. So it is a button, so it will reload the page again. Now we'll be styling it. So in the style we can write here as dot services, or let me just check if we use the classes or the IDs. Yes, we used class, so we'll be using here dot services, and we can write here li, and then we will be writing here border, and let's say we give the border at the bottom, and let's give it 2 pixels, and background will be 666, and let's say it should be dashed, and padding from bottom will be 2 pixels. Saving it and refreshing it, so we have the border here. See, so, and now we can also do it like this, dot services a, the link tag we have here, and we can write here background equals to, let's say again 666, and padding will be 10 pixels. Saving it and then refreshing it. Now we have to make some changes in the services page again, and we'll be cutting it out and pasting it in the services page. Ctrl+save, and we'll be refreshing it. So we have services active. In the about page we'll be doing the same thing. We'll be cutting from here and pasting it onto the about page. So save it, refresh it. So we have our home page, about page here. So about page is not linked, so we have to make sure that about page is linked. We have to adjust the class will be opening at here, and the href will be about.html. So we will be saving it and making the changes in others too. Here also the about will be about.html, saving it. In the services too it will be about.html and saving it again. And in the index page it will be also about.html and we will be saving it. Now we'll be refreshing it, and let's see, we have our about page. Yes, we have our about page, we have our services page, and we have a contact us page. Now, so this was our first template. In the coming lectures we'll be talking about Bootstrap, advanced CSS, and advanced HTML5. So if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe, give a thumbs up to the video, comment if you have any doubts or want to suggest some suggestions, and please share it. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next coming videos.